Today I'm going to have a go at making an I-cord rug. I already have a video on how to set up the I-cord and my first time using it. It was a Christmas present to me and I absolutely love it. But I want to see if I can make a rug for beside the bed. Now I've got some really colourful wool. I've got 6 bundles of it and I think that should be enough. It was quite cheap wool, to be honest. So I'm going to quickly set up my... So now we've got that going and I've got it on full speed so that it can just take this wool through and give me enough cord. And then once I've got enough cord, I'll show you how I'm going to make the rug. Look how quick that is. That had taken me all night to do that about. So I've got to the end of the first ball and I don't want to cast off because I don't see there's any point in that. So all I'm going to do is connect my wool here like this. Pull a rather tight knot in there, like that. Trim those ends right the way down. Yeah, that's fine. And then look how much is made already. And that's about, I don't know, it must have been about 8 minutes, I should think. And then let that run through. And when I've joined it up, I let that run through on the slowest one until that knot's through, and it is. And now I can just let that keep running until I feel I've got enough of the I-cord. Well, I've stopped making it now, and I've still got 3.5 balls of wool left because I've made 52 meters of it, and I think that is going to be enough, if I'm totally honest. If it isn't, then I will add it on, but I don't want to go and make a load more, and I don't need it for this rug. That took just under an hour for me to do all that, where it would have taken me about 6 months. To sew this together, it's actually quite easy. What we need to do to start with is have a loop about that sort of size. Now, I'm going to make that loop there, like that. Pulling that piece through there. And now I'm going to sew it together. And I want all these stitches to be hidden. Go into the centre first. That loop through. It would hide a lot easier if I had a coloured cotton, but I don't have one in this extra strong cotton. I've only got white. Don't matter because it's not going to get seen at the end anyway. So now we've got the loop on the end. This bit can be cut away. We don't need this bit anymore. What we're going to do is we're going to run this through itself like that. And I want to create an oval mat. Trying to keep the hoops the same sort of size, and I'm trying to keep this bit that's attached to the big bundle to the, as we're looking at it, to the left, so it's always going to be the same. So all I'm doing is knotting it like this, trying to keep all the loops similar size. Those two are a bit big. Start off with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of those till I've got approximately 16 of those loops on there. You'll be really surprised how quickly this grows. So now what I've got is I've got 18 on there. You don't have to be exact with this. And what I'm going to do is sew this one, this side here, this all the way along. And I'm going through the edges of this. That's why I like to use a curved needle. Don't pull it too tight. You want it connected, but you don't want it too tight. You don't want to warp your bit that you're doing. Now, I could start bringing that around here once I've got some more on that. Don't be tempted to make your stitches too big either. It's easy to get carried away and then you end up having to undo it. I mean, don't take 2 seconds to undo it, and then you can pull that one tighter. So when you've got a little bit more, just go round again like that, and this will grow really quickly. Once you get this middle bit done, you'll be surprised at how quickly you can do this. I mean, you should be able to get this done in an afternoon, I would have thought, once you've made the I-cord. Again, don't pull it too tight as you're going round each corner because you want to try and avoid warping your mat. You want it to lay as flat as possible. Just keep sewing that round. That's what the front of it will look like that. See what I mean? You can't see those white stitches. And now just keep going round and round and doing that. I'll show you what it looks like in 20 minutes. So I'm getting on quite well now. It's been 20 minutes and I've got all that round and I've got a little bit more here to do. I want it to be about, I don't know, a metre, perhaps just under a metre in width. So I think I will probably have enough cord here. I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to finish this off, and then I'll show you what I'm going to do at the end as well to finish it right off. Well, I finished doing the first 54 meters that I did, and that is coming out really nicely. And it's quite a nice size as well. And as you can see, I've got the oval shape underneath. That's what it looks like, but we're not going to see the underneath once we're finished anyway. And now I want this to be quite a bit bigger than this. So I've also done another 54 meters of it, and that was another 2.5 balls of wool because I've still got a full ball. And the balls I'm using are 233 meters in length. And this wool cost, I think it was about £1.50 a ball, so it wasn't expensive. So now what I'm going to do is join this to this, and then carry on exactly the same way as I was before. So what I'm going to do now is I've got it laid out on my curtain exactly where I want it. And what I'm going to do is draw around using this Sharpie out of the middle of this. And the reason I'm using the middle is because on the edges there's 1 or 2 marks and things where I got picked these curtains up from a charity shop to use for something like, well, anything. I just saw them and thought, oh, they might be useful. Going in as close. I mean, I'm doing this just out of, I'm making it up as I go along, I suppose. That's what I'm doing, because I actually have no idea what I'm doing here. And now I've got that on there, I can remove the rug, and I want to cut in a bit inside of this. I'm going to cut in just inside this second black line. Like I said, I'm making this up as I go along. And now I'm going to cut round this. I mean, this might completely mess up this whole rug because actually it looks quite nice without a backing on. It doesn't move around on the carpet. My dogs have been loving it. I've had it on the floor for a couple of days and they've been sitting on it. I don't know, I just feel it should have a backing on. So I think that's going to fit on there okay with a little bit of stretching around. And what I thought I'd do is attach that using a blanket stitch and the rest of the wool that I've got. So rather than use wool, I'm going to try using this, which is rainbow coloured silk thread or rat tail. I'm going to use a darning needle as well. And this is a really basic stitch. I can't remember who taught me this, but I weren't very old when they taught me it. I don't want too much thread to start with. I can add to it as I go along. And what I'm going to do is put a little knot in the end of this one. Start with, I'm going to go just through one of the pieces of material like that. So the knot's in between there like that. And then I'm going to bring that together, bring my needle back through roughly where that hole was. I can see this is not working already because this material is going to fray like that. So I've got to stop that. So what I'm going to do is, I said I was going to mess this up straight away. Oh, maybe this isn't the right way to go about it. Right, what I'm going to do is cut another one of them out. Oh, I want you to tell me at the end of this video whether I made a mistake or not. So I'm going to cut another one of these out, and then I'm going to hem it first. So I'm just go round, I'm going to hem this slowly like this, and that hopefully, fingers crossed, should stop that from happening going forward. So now I've got that edged all the way round. That is actually going to finish it off a lot neater. I was just being lazy. I've ironed that down, and now I can place that on the rug. I still think it's probably going to ruin it, but there we go. I can always take it off if I don't like it. Yeah, that actually looks much better like that. And now I can start my blanket stitch. I'm going to come in always, I think, from this side so I can keep it neater on the front. I need it to be just below there. Come back in where that is, over the top of what I'm going to blanket stitch it to. So through that stitch there, pull that tight, and then I need to go through that little loop there, like that, and bring that together, but not too tight. I don't want it too tight at this stage, or any stage really. I can go back through there, try and line up the stitches so they're in line with each other. Like that, in the back. Bring that through. And now I can go back through that stitch. And it should give me what is considered a blanket stitch there. Now you can put them closer together if you wish. Or you can put them further apart. It's entirely up to you. I want them quite close together for this. I think it's going to give it a bit more of a finished edge. Like that. So I'm going to do 1, 2 together. 1... there like that, and the next one I'll do 2 together. So the next one's next to it. So I've got 1, 2 together, 1, 2 together, like that, going round. No, I don't like that. So I'm going to undo that and start again and just do... Don't know if I like any of this, really. I don't think I like this string on it. What do you think? No, it looks awful. Take that off and then use just the normal wool and do it exactly the same way. And then once I've done that, I'll show you what it looks like. And you can give me your verdict of whether you think I should have left it alone. Well, that's all finished now. And I have to say, I think putting that backing on it has not only neatened all this edge here, it's also made that look much nicer. So I'll show you what it looks like down. That's what it looks like down. I really am so pleased with it. And it finishes it off so much nicer. Look, I think that is... I mean, that's not the perfect way to put a backing on, I'm sure. And there must be better ways to do it than that. But it worked for me. So I was just playing it by ear. I love that rug. Also, putting that edging around it has actually made it a much more uniform shape as well. I can lounge on it now. So easy to do, really colourful and bright, and I think that's going to look great beside the bed. Be sure to check out the video where I show you how to thread the needles and how to get going if you've got an I-cord maker. Boom that like button, hit that subscribe button, but most of all, enjoy your crafting. Take care. Bye.